I started YouTube way back in 2010. In today's video for day 32 of the vlog, we're gonna take a trip through memory lane. This is a tale of burnout, laziness, missed opportunities, but at the end of it, growth. Okay, so at least I believe it's growth. I want to turn your attention to a comment that I recently got about 20 minutes ago from a YouTuber named Petro. It says, "Don't you think you stretch yourself thin with so many channels? Wouldn't it be better to lock in with less channels?" And technically, yes, that's a very good question, and typically the answer would be yes, right? So I want to take you guys through a trip through memory lane as we go through my YouTube journey till now. We're gonna start with 2010, where we have literally the same channel that I'm showing you guys right here, which I have renamed EKARD Daily. This channel back in 2010, when I was filming with a potato, was a piano channel. When I was doing piano covers to K-dramas and other songs like Evanescence, My Immortal, Eminem, Lady Gaga, that's what I wanted to do at the time, because I was, in college doing piano covers and piano recitals and everything. And I thought that's what I wanted to do with my life, and I thought I wanted to post that on YouTube. Slowly find out that that's not what I want to do with my life. I dropped out of college, and in order to pursue other things, because my goals at that time just didn't align with what college would bring me, right? And at that time I was still dilly dallying. I'm getting like my first job. I'm working at a security job out here in New York, and eventually I come back to card games, which has always been my first love, and I make a Yu-Gi-Oh channel. And I think one of my best friends in this entire world, another YouTuber who's retired since then, named Ramiaku Jolton, just goes by Jolton. He taught me a lot more about YouTube, especially what a Yu-Gi-Oh channel would be. And that specific channel, that was a Yu-Gi-Oh channel, is what you guys would see here from my I guess you could say now it's my faceless anime channel. But back then, when I started this godlike channel, so many years ago, this is me. And I'm just thinking about it like, oh, time is crazy, right? So this is me back in 2012 talking about Yu-Gi-Oh, making the Yu-Gi-Oh team, and I had uploaded hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of videos, and then in one fall swoop I deleted everything. I was burnt out from playing Yu-Gi-Oh. I wanted nothing to do with Yu-Gi-Oh, and I just didn't want to do anything with it at all for that entire year. And that took me into 2013, right? During that time I also made a wrestling channel on the side. Didn't really do so well because copyrights were like crazy with WWE even back then. So I ended up seeing one particular YouTuber by the name of JRE Basically, this was one of the biggest, well, one of the only K-pop YouTubers at the time, right? So I saw one of his reaction videos to, I'm not sure if it's still up, but I believe it was to Kara Pandora, which was my one of my like first videos that I saw from him as well. Back on his channel, it might have been taken down, right? So I decided that, you know what, I like K-pop a lot, so I'm going to make a K-pop reaction channel. And funny enough, I became friends with Dre, and it's a history as old. The history is so old. But a lot of my like friends that I made during this time also became really top popular YouTubers. So like Dre from Jerry KML, as you guys can see, has like 1.2 million subscribers. We have two men, Jing Jong Ki, Courtney and Jasmine. Those are my girls. They grew their channel to over 100,000 subscribers. My channel at that time had around like 30,000 subscribers in 2013. But what it allowed me to do was, with the opportunities at that time, because I grew so much, and like 20,000 subscribers at that time was massive. You're talking about having a 20,000 subscriber channel, and we're talking about videos getting millions and millions of views. Well, over the course of a month, not like one video particularly getting a million views. But that's where my real first channel really culminated in, which was originally called Mr. Popo TV, like the character from Dragon Ball Z, because my nickname in the Yu-Gi-Oh community was Popo. because like, yeah, we looked at the character from Dragon Ball Z, but I wanted to turn it into something more positive, you know. And essentially I made something of the name itself, you know. And we have a lot of these reaction videos to K-pop before K-pop was even mainstream and what it is today. A lot of the videos will go on to, you know, TV in South Korea. I got invited to South Korea to actually meet with a K-pop group at that time called What's Up. And you know, I got to meet What's Up, and it was like the first, like one of the first, I guess you say like groundbreaking things within the K-pop community, having like a YouTuber travel to South Korea, work with K-pop groups and stuff like that. And so that's pretty much what was dominating a lot of my years as a YouTuber, right? You know, doing a lot of interviews, talking, going to a lot of conventions, being a special guest, then eventually working with some of the K-pop companies to bring talent from South Korea to put on concerts, the whole shebang. Like my life was changing dramatically when I had this K-pop channel. But you know, there's a lot of things that did not work out, you know, for either hook or crook, and I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. There are some decisions I decided to make. Like for instance, I tried to make a media company called Soul Wave around this time, and my issue was assembling a great team. And the team like was of course a lot of my friends. Some of the, you know, people within the company don't have your best interests, you know. It was just a clusterfuck. I'm just gonna call it what it is. A lot of it's me and a lot of it's other people as well, but things just weren't as well as it could be, especially because a lot of the work, I tend to take on the burden myself, and I'm not really good at delegating. You know, that was a real issue with me for many years, right? So there was a lot of headbutting. Lovely people that I did meet over that time, but one of the major things that ended up happening was me basically getting taken advantage of for either, I guess you could say, the color of my skin, and to attract other like black fans that were fans of K-pop for a lot of these K-pop companies, because they were trying to bridge the gap within the US market. So a lot of people would ask me to be like the promoter or one of the special guests, because, well, if they feel that, hey, Mr. Popo TV is there for these concerts, then, you know, we might have a good decent audience turnout, especially when you're trying to do K-hip-hop. So like it was a massive event for KCON back in 2017. This is why I had like this dash at 2017, because I really like left the K-pop community after a situation that happened at KCON in 2017 with me involving you know, a panel that I tried to put together. Funny enough, like I pitched these names to KCON, the emails and all that stuff are there, whatnot, but it's like Pokimane, Markiplier, and some of these other people that were really big influencers. The convention didn't want to pay for them. They didn't think that they were large enough at the time, which is kind of weird, but that is KCON at the end of the day. And things didn't work out. And then we had some other issues with the management at that time, because they have new management. You know, racists got exposed and all that other stuff. And yeah, we went out for Blaze of Glory. We decided to basically out a lot of people who were doing some shady business in the K-pop world at that time with these concerts and whatnot. And so I really tried to balance this whole YouTube with, you know, having a whole outside business thing, and it didn't work. It blew up in my face. Failure happens. It is what it is at the end of the day, right? During that time, I did make a vlog channel that was trying to, you know, capture a lot of these things. I tried to capture a lot of my trips in South Korea during this time. The last actual vacation I had was in 2016, where I took me, other YouTubers, Jolton, you know, and King of Lightning to South Korea. King of Lightning is another anime YouTuber. We went there, had a blast. Funny enough, we had a deal that we were trying to work out with Africa TV in order to have a gaming cafe over here in the States. That didn't work out so well because of stuff that happened on the live stream, but this is when the live stream business wasn't as truly defined as it is nowadays. So fun story time for end of the day, right? But you know, the things didn't really work out. You know, I'm losing friends left and right. Headbutting with friends, you know, where like we had another deal go extremely bad. that pretty much like broke the spirit of the entire team. We literally got embezzled for almost got embezzled for $250,000 from a company and a person that we thought we could trust, that says, hey, you know, maybe we can work and get you guys to have a concert for Shiny. We got fed. It was hell back in those days, right? So I honestly didn't want to do anything YouTube related wise, and I felt that I was in my right to once again go on a hiatus. So you know how like if you're in the anime field, there's this anime slash manga series called Hunter x Hunter. I was literally the guy that was hiatus. Like every single time I'm announcing a video, hey guys, I'm taking a hiatus, like because there was just so much mental stress that I was going under at that time, along with my friends, and I felt that, you know what, this is just not going to work out. I need to leave the K-pop field because there's so much other things that I could talk about on video that one day I will, but I just needed to dip, right? And at that same time, I feel that I wanted to make a pivot. I wanted to do something different, right? So I made an anime channel, and I told my bro Jolton, I'm like, look, we can make this anime channel. We're gonna call it Joma's Comedic Adventures, and Dragon Ball Super is out at the time. I already know how, you know, reaction videos work when it comes to, you know, YouTube at this time, and let's you know, pretty much just go all in, right? And so that's how Joma's Comedic Adventures was born. Joma's Comedic Adventures, for those of you wondering, was originally what my main channel currently is right now. That's just called EKARD, right? And this channel has 190,000 subscribers on it. I'll get to what this channel has gone through actually right now. So 2017 was a very interesting time. For the first year, we really didn't gain a lot of traction until we started to venture off into other anime. And then during this time, I wanted to actually just move from New York. So one of my friends hit me up. She was like, hey, I need a babysitter because my child is, you know, until he turns, like, I think it was 4 years old, he won't be able to go to preschool. So if you can be, you know, babysit, then we can work out a deal about rent and all this other stuff, and you can still do your YouTube stuff. So I decided to go to Hawaii. Yeah, I went to Molokai, Hawaii in 2018, in the middle of this channel growing. Right now, me and my brother, like my bro Jolton, we were already filming our videos through other websites similar to Discord in order to handle our reaction videos. And I could show you guys what some of those old school videos are looking like, and this is even older than that because a lot of them were taken down, but like some of these videos that we had that were omega popular, we had like this, like here, right? Like this is like what some of the videos used to look like back in the days, man. When you were able to watch VRV and use Crunchyroll to watch some of these animes, and all you have to do is put a dark filter over it. You didn't have to do anything crazy. Nowadays, you got to do things that are a little bit crazy. And this is me and him filming in our separate, you know, locations. And that was over Discord, and people were okay with that, right? You know, it's just all about the presentation. We cracking jokes, we having fun. Then I left to Hawaii, still filmed while I was over in Hawaii. Got hit with 3 category 5 storms, a volcanic eruption, and a serial killer. And I decided that I was going to leave. Yeah, like that was too much for me, bro. Listen, I'm from the city. I ain't trying to deal with all that. Like, yeah, everything I said happened in that exact order, and your bro had to leave after like 3 months of being in Hawaii. The spirits were not well. So I don't know who was angered and whatnot. It was a lovely place, you know, it was a lovely place. But your boy came back, and then my dumbass carried my iMac, and my iMac got utterly destroyed by TSA. Like I said, I was a dumbass, and I decided to post that exact video talking about my iMac on YouTube, and then it reached Reddit as well, right? Because of that video talking about it. And just to let you guys know, like I had this video went viral on Reddit, and I was gonna rip the fucking shreds. But once again, this is what I get for being a dumbass carrying a $4,000 computer with not much protection. And so this is where I began my journey into the PC market. It did take like 6 years for me. Well, it took me a lot of years, so like November 2nd 2018, to realize that I need to switch to PC. And yeah, I mean, at this point in time, the channel was also growing, but then we had copyright strikes. We had 3 copyright strikes on this channel. the EKARD one that you guys just saw. And so I was just like, damn, this channel's about to be terminated and I'm trying to fight all the copyright strikes. Let's switch to my bro's channel. So then we go to his channel, start doing the reactions on his channel. That channel gets 3 copyright strikes. We're like, oh my god, what is going on? That's like in the very beginning of 2019. So then I make a brand new channel, an anime review channel. Then come find out, as soon as we make that anime review channel, that we're about to start uploading content on that one, that the original channel, the one that basically was called Jomo's Comedic Adventures, the one with 190k subscribers, like that one was saved from termination, and then his channel gets saved for termination, right? So we continue to still try to do like anime content. We're still doing reactions. We're getting hit left and right with copyright strikes. You figure at this point maybe we should pivot towards a different, you know, niche, like, because this is clearly not working out the way it should be. Other channels are still growing. We're like, yo, this is so unfair. Like, you got all these other channels that have like hundreds of thousands of subscribers at this point. Like me and Jolton only have like 30,000 subscribers, and we're just not growing no matter what we do. And at this point in time, the pandemic hits, right? And we have to start making real decisions. Like, do we want to continue to be YouTubers, or are we going to try to get our jobs and whatnot, you know? And these were like the realest decisions in the world. I left my job in 2014 to do YouTube full time, and it was the worst decision of my life, because one of the worst decisions of my life, I should say, because and the reason why I say that is because I thought I was ready for YouTube in 2014 to go full time with my K-pop channel. But that was just on the verge of the adpocalypse. So all that goodwill that was building towards the K-pop channel completely died off, because that's when all music videos became copyrighted and essentially demonetized, right? So I just lost all that income in a moment's notice. So this is where I was just like, all right, you know what, I need to keep a job on the side at the same time I'm doing YouTube, right? But then I was just like, you know what, I think I could still do this full-time thing and make it work, because through all the gigs I was getting as a K-pop influencer at the time, traveling to South Korea, working with these other different K-pop groups and whatnot, that was still funding me at the same time. I also still had sponsors. So I was just like, I can still make this work. That wasn't the same case for my partner in crime at the time, Jolton. And so it was, I believe, around 2022 where he decided to retire from YouTube, and I was even looking at just going full on into card games. I made the bulk of my income, and even to this day, the bulk of my income comes from playing trading card games, whether it's competing in tournaments or selling prizes, you know, that I would get for these cards and whatnot, or buying boxes and then selling the singles, like an online store, right? So that had funded me for like literally all my life. Like, we're out here hustling at the end of the day, right? Now working like, you know, 9-to-5 job or anything like that I left in 2014. So in around this time as well, when I had the anime channel, because I have to mention this, I made a gacha game channel, right? And I mentioned earlier that leaving my job was, like, at that time one of the worst decisions of my life. I think the absolute worst decision was making the gacha game channel. So in September of 2019, I got introduced to Fate Grand Order, which is a gacha game, and I spent so much goddamn money on these gacha games, bro, that I just, bro, it was absolutely a gambling addiction. September 18th, 2019 changed my life forever. When I decided to get into gacha games. Sure, this got like 49,000 views or whatever, and it's really popular, but this just spiraled into something that became highly uncontrollable. I'm going to say a number right now that still makes me sick when I think about it, but to know that I spent well over $20,000 in free games, bro, like, something actually was wrong with me. Now, like, and I think about it like this: I have no problem spending $20,000 in card games because I can actually just sell the cards back. But I was spending it on 3D, you know, 2D waifus and whatnot. More so, I was doing it for likes, for subscriptions, and for Twitch views and all these other things and whatnot. Basically, all those things that are bad Like, because everyone just talks about the wins. Sure, it's great when you can get the character that you want and you're right there with the people in the chat on Twitch or even on YouTube and whatnot, but no one ever talks about how much money you're spending. I had to get so many different sponsors to cover a lot of the money that I was spending. And it's funny, I had a conversation with Rogers Base, another prominent content creator on YouTube, and he couldn't believe it. Like, he was like, yo bro, you spent $15,000 to get your impact. And it's funny enough because now he was playing Genshin Impact, so I wonder how much money he spent, but that's neither here nor there. It made for a lot of jokes, knowing that I spent that amount of money. But like I said, like, I've spent way more in card games, but to me it made me sick because it was just like one of those things where you're actually gambling and you literally, it's all or nothing. Like, you're only gonna get nothing. And so that sent me into a downward spiral in 2019, on top of all the things that was going on within the community, and it just brought me back to the dark places that I was after the whole shebang of 2017 with the K-pop stuff. So I was really not trying to do any YouTube at all, and that's why I stopped YouTube in 2021, right? I made other channels like this anime shorts channel and whatnot, but I was just drifting, man. Like, and I was not consistent with anything anymore. I was just losing my passion for YouTube. Like I said, I tried multiple different things, right? And I refound my passion after my bro Jolton quit in 2022. And heading into 2023, I was like, you know what? I want to give this YouTube thing one more shot, right? I told everyone, I said, I believe I have the skills it takes to make it on YouTube, the skills to, have a viral video, right? I wanted to get a YouTube play button. It was my main goal to get that with my K-pop channel back in 2014, and that was all I really ever wanted at the time. I was like, I just want to be like the other YouTubers that were successful on it. And I've spent like my 20s chasing after this thing, right? And in 2023 in the summer, which in July, which is like around my birthday month and whatnot, I spoke with another YouTuber in Salvi from Salvi and Family from the K-pop days, and I was telling him that, you know what, I'm going to try this thing on Instagram, where it's like a kind of nearly like a faceless channel, and I'm going to like try to do a couple of Instagram videos to see how things work out, right? With these faceless channel, it's gonna be all anime related. All the people on my Instagram are probably going to not like what I'm doing because it is what it is at the end of the day. So I started creating short form content on my Instagram, right? And I kept doing this like over and over and over, like you guys can see here. Like, I kept making videos, and all these other things, like I talked about the countless setbacks following my dreams and everything, but I just kept on making videos like every single day. And then sometimes I will post some of these videos on Instagram to my YouTube, just the cross post. I even posted on TikTok just to see as well. But I maintained, before I actually started showing my face again on Instagram, everything was just faceless. So this is me going through this whole faceless phase. I had one video here that got 2,500 likes. That just gave me affirmation that, okay, you know what, maybe I'm doing something right. Then I decided to do a reaction video to like this Goku and Vegeta singing some random song from a K-pop girl group, and I'm just like, all right, you know what, let me react to that. That got 300 likes. It's whatever. Then I reacted to a Goku drawing that was highly sus. I'm not gonna show it in this video because I might get this video like banned or something because it's weird. But this got like 2 million views or something like that. Then you can see I started to experiment more, and this looks sus because it is sus. I started to experiment more with doing reactions, but having like anime shorts reactions and whatnot, because I didn't really see anybody doing it. So I decided to just test it out, right? And then I kept doing that over and over and over and over and over and over. And then one video on the fateful day of, we're gonna pause this, of September 24th, this fateful day. I know this looks sus, it is sus. September 24th, I had my first viral video on YouTube. I mean, on on Instagram. This video now sits at almost 12 million views, right? And from this video, I'm just like, all right, you know what? I was also posting on my YouTube channel consistently every single day from July 24th to September 24th at this point. And I posted this video to YouTube as well. And that video, right, that I posted, whew, this is a lot. That video that I posted over here on the in the YouTube Shorts section on September 24th as well, now sits at 67 million views, right? Not only did 67 million views happen, but I also reached over 100,000 subscribers from this one video. And it was at that point where I'm just like, holy shit, I actually got a channel over 100,000 subscribers. Like, this thing that I wanted so badly, you know, growing up as a YouTuber, even though I was a whole ass adult, like, I just always wanted to get a YouTube play button. This is what the ones before they started shrinking them and whatnot, right? So now I got it. I got the YouTube play button, right? I figured that maybe this was the vindication after all these years of slaving away on YouTube, that's would be what I wanted. I mean, the video made $2,600. I showed you guys what the stats are looking like. I've just been, you know, transparent about it, but like, you know, I finally got it, right? And during that time, I started a podcast as well with my friend who I now make content with in OTK Kayla. And at this point, I'm just like, all right, I think I got it. Like, this is what I'm going to keep on doing. I'm just going to keep making YouTube shorts, and I'm going to keep riding the momentum. And then I got fucked again because there was this thing called reuse content, right? And at this time, I didn't really understand it. Like, I didn't understand what was going on. Why did I get tagged with reuse content? And my channel got demonetized. So literally, it's November 1st. I'm waiting to see my first payout of all this time of $2,600 plus, and then I get demonetized and it's all gone. And I'm just like, no way, what's happening? So of course I'm tweeting on Twitter. I'm trying to get at YouTube. I'm trying to figure out. Then I'm told that my videos are tagged as reused content, and I kid you guys not, because it's the explanation I got. Even after, and they rejected my appeal too at the time, right? They didn't even look. They didn't even take the time to watch my entire video when I posted it here for the YouTube monetization appeal. And I even made another video on top of it. Like, they did not look at my video because they said that I stole my content. Now, and then they gave me references of videos that apparently I stole from myself, folks, apparently, because those videos were posted to Instagram and TikTok before they were posted to YouTube first. And so I had to prove that I actually owned my own videos and I was editing my own videos and that I was giving value to my own videos. It was the most BS stuff that I ever heard for all of 2 weeks. So 2 weeks of this fiasco, Team YouTube finally gave me back my monetization. And that's when I learned my lesson. I will always upload on YouTube first before uploading on any other channel. And that's just general advice that I've always given, right? And even then, you know, like, because it was pretty heartbreaking at that point in time to like be on the high that, hey, you have a video that's going extremely viral. I had people who I haven't talked to in years, like, ask me about YouTube. I had it's craziness. Like, one of my ex-girlfriends hit me up. She was like, oh my God, I saw your viral video. Like, and of course I got some random people asking me to borrow money because apparently 67, or at that time 45 million views would be a lot of money if this was like a long form video at the end of the day, right? Like, if that was long form, yeah, maybe we would be caking it with hundreds of $1,000s, but that's short. So nah, like, my $2,600 ain't gonna be doing much, right? But at this point, monetization comes back on the channel, and at the tail end of 2023, me and my new other partner in crime, OTK Kayla, you know, I rebrand my K-pop channel. we start doing, you know, other reactions to like TV shows and stuff like that. That was the goal for 2024. And 2024, I just, you know, it's like after I got the YouTube play button, I just was like, maybe I didn't want it as bad as I wanted. I don't know. Like I fell into like a weird like depression all of last year, and pretty much trying to figure out what is it I really wanted to do. Like what is it that I really wanted to accomplish, right? Was it that I wanted to make better videos? Was it that I wanted to be more financially stable and successful with YouTube? Like I had to figure out what it is that I wanted to truly do. Because what I noticed is that I just was getting bored more so. When I stick to one topic, I tend to get bored, right? And I also like multiple different things on YouTube, but I can't post all of those different things on one channel. Because that's not the way the YouTube algorithm works out, right? Like I can't just post one day about anime and then the next day about K-pop, like because I'm not like Asmongold or Moist Critical or any of those other YouTubers that at that point, this is what I'm thinking. Like I'm not like no one really cares about the things that I'm saying personally. They care more about the topic itself, right? So there were so many thoughts I had going through my head at this time, right? And then I figured that I needed a vacation again, right? I needed a vacation because the last one I had was in 2016, and me and my friends have been talking about going to Japan for like ever. And we finally, after multiple years, we were supposed to go to Japan in 2017. We didn't go to Japan until literally last October. Finally, we go to Japan, and I'm talking to, you know, King of Lightning, Jotun, my other boy Random Vibe, and we're having a blast in Japan. And I'm just like, you know, I think I needed this trip to realize what it is I actually want to do. Or a part of what I wanted to do was like I want to travel, right? I want to travel more. I still love YouTube. I always will love YouTube, but I feel that I need to hold myself more accountable for the things that I'm doing with YouTube. Like I feel like I've had a complete lack of accountability for my actions. And you know, it's like another realization that my parents aren't getting, or my mom's not getting any younger. You know, I realized how much time I sacrificed away from other friendships and meaningful stuff that could have happened, I could have built instead of did it with YouTube. So I was trying to figure out, well, what was all this sacrifice for? You know, I got the YouTube play button, but I don't feel like much validation as I thought I would. And then I realized that my goals were probably just very short-sighted at that time. So at that trip, once again, was very eye-opening. I came back and I'm just like, yo, I'm gonna get to work. And you know, the first thing that happened, as soon as I stepped out of the Uber and came back to New York, well, I stepped in shit. Yeah, that's the first thing that happened. Literally got out the Uber, I stepped in shit, and then for 3 straight weeks, I was fucking sick. Yeah, I was sick as a dog. I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was some type of new flu or whatever it was. I was out of commission for 3 whole weeks. All the things that I wanted to do came crashing down once again. I lost motivation. I felt like, you know what, I didn't really want to do anything anymore. But then I said, you know what, I made a commitment in that day, like when we was in Japan, and I said, I need to stop being a lazy fucking bum, and I need this, you know, get in the gym. I need to start getting healthier. You know, I'm not getting any younger. I have like multiple different like diseases and whatnot in terms of like not like asthma and diabetes and all these other, like I have all these health issues, and I'm not gonna get any better if I'm just sitting around pretty much, right, and not being proactive. So I need to make some serious changes, and I need to be consistent with them. And consistency has always been the devil that I could not defeat, pretty much, right? And I have gotten memes about like making schedules and whatnot. It's been an ongoing meme in my own community, and I realized that I needed to make actual changes, and I needed to hold myself accountable. And so here we are in 2025, where I have been, you know, making multiple different YouTube channels again, right? As you guys can see, I did another rebrand, right? I made a new anime channel towards the tail end of 2024. I rebranded my anime review channel to be the music channel. That music channel, I started uploading content every single day. You know, Kayla, she would get on me and she's like, yeah, we got to make videos. I'm the only editor at the time, and I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna put these videos up, we're gonna see how they go. And from December 1st all the way till literally today, I've uploaded a video every single day, and this channel got monetized within a, like, you know, within a month from me uploading videos every single day. And then realizing and taking in all the information that I learned about YouTube and putting it on this. And I realized I love music and I love multiple genres of music. So I didn't want to box myself in completely like I did with the K-pop channel. So now I just react to whatever I want on the channel. And I don't really care much about the viewership in terms like the overall views, because I'm enjoying making the content. And this is a channel just so I can continue to make content. Obviously, you know, as a YouTuber, there are other things and other perks that could come along with it, but I just enjoy, you know, checking out music with one of my very good friends. And so that's how this channel got rebranded, and this channel is doing extremely well. Then I was just like, you know what? I want to take another crack at my, you know, main anime channel and see how things are going to go. Right now, this channel, bleeding subscribers, that's fine. But I'm having fun uploading content on this channel once again, because I'm watching whatever I want particularly, but I'm still being meticulous to a point in what I upload on the channel. This upcoming February, I'm going to be doing more long form content. This is what this channel originally started on, and I was discouraged when that video went viral, and I'm like, why aren't the people who are watching the short form content watching any of the long form content? You know, that was like one of the biggest things I had to deal with last year. And I realized that, you know, I'm just going to focus on I love making long form content about anime. So I'm going to do that. Right. And this channel will eventually turn around. This channel was only 30,000 subscribers, you know, when I was in that first rut. YouTube Shorts helped blew it up all the way to another 100,000 subscribers from one video. And I just realized that, all right, well, I'm having fun making these videos, so I'm going to focus on that. You know, my old Yu-Gi-Oh channel, I like, you know, anime clips. There's a lot of clips that I find funny that don't have a reactor, don't have a content creator's face with it. That's just faceless. And I realized that, hey, what the content that I'm already making, like for anime and anime shorts, if I just remove my face from the video, it becomes faceless. And so I could put whatever clips I want, but most of those videos are already edited to begin with. So I'm just gonna throw up on another channel. It's not much work for me because of all these skills that I mastered, you know, editing over the last, what, 10 to 15 years. Like it takes me literally like 3 minutes to do a short sometimes. It's kind of insane, but it's because I know all these different, you know, editing, like, you know, shortcuts that I can, you know, manage that. So I was like, all right, cool. Now I have a faceless anime channel. I really love Korean dramas. I love K-pop. I got into K-pop because of Korean dramas. There's this video here that has a 1 out of 10. If you look at my video literally from yesterday, when I talked about when I just uploaded, I think this video had like 100 and like what, 55 views or whatnot. We're 6 hours later into the day and it has 4,500 views. But the main thing about it is that I restarted this channel on December 25th on Christmas, and I told my friend that, hey, we can do a channel together, and it's gonna be about Korean dramas. Like, we both like K-pop, we both like Korean dramas, we both like Asian dramas in general, and I'm just gonna make a channel about this, you know. I just started clipping my favorite moments from other K-dramas I watched and just threw some funny music behind it. Transformative, this video gets 800,000 views. I upload it every single day. Right, that one gets 800,000 views. I keep talking about one specific scene from this one Korean movie. I keep telling people about it, and you know, my friends, even though I tell them about it, they still haven't watched the video. They still haven't watched the movie. So I go ahead, I make a you know, a clip about that specific scene. 860,000 views later, now everyone's like, oh my god, I gotta watch the movie. Like, I'm gonna check it out. I'm like, all right, but I've been telling you for like, I don't know how many years this movie has been out, that you should probably check it out. And this is just a channel that I'm going to have fun with, right? As I upload, especially because I consume so much K-dramas. But at the same time, I could be reacting to K-dramas and have another channel to post those reactions. these channels, these two faceless channels are going to be completely automated, and then I could just tell people, you know, that I work with, I could tell, like, say, all right, hey, here's where the scene is at, and this is how I want it to be edited, you know, this is the hook, this is, you know, other things for retention, like all those other YouTube gems, you know, I could just apply that and just work with in a team to do it, you know. And that's where I'm at right now. Like my daily channel, this was my very first YouTube channel, period. And this is where I had nothing but piano covers on, and I changed it into a channel where I could upload every single day and hold myself accountable. And I'm more so proud that I actually stuck it out this time, and I'm on a personal well, getting to a personal best of uploading every single day, because I feel like when I did this in 2023, I was kind of like half-assing it, you know. One channel uploading just one video a day. Hey man, you know what, other YouTubers saying that this works, let me actually try it for myself. Hey, it actually worked. Oh crap, it actually is working. Maybe I should continue to do it. And then I felt like there was an obstacle like that happened that derailed me, and I realized that no, I gotta keep on persevering through all the obstacles, through all the BS. Now me uploading 7 videos a day is nothing. You know, I could get 7 videos done in like 2 hours, 3 hours, maybe 4 hours at the max. I can spend a day, and that's with me not even hiring other help at the moment. I feel like I'm gonna get to a point where one of these days I might not be editing any of my videos, and I can spend more time on exploring other things that I do like, because I do love YouTube. But you know, at the end of the day, I'm at the point where I'm still trading time for money, but eventually I feel like I'm going to be trading money for time. Like when I told one of my friends yesterday, like he asked me, why am I hiring so many editors? I'm like, so I can maximize sleep, you know. There's many days that I slave away on YouTube, spending 14 hours, and all for nothing, right? Now it's like, hey, if I want to sleep for like 8 hours, 10 hours, I can have the liberty of doing that, and then wake up and then focus on YouTube for about 4 hours, and then my day is done, type of deal, right? So I would like to get to that point, but it's all a process, and it's taken me a long time. Like I'm old, technically. I guess you could say the youngins nowadays would be calling me Unc, but I think I got one more year before people could start calling me Unc. But at the same time, you know, I think about all of the things that I worked to and accomplished all over the last 10 years. Like there's no way in hell I would have thought I would be hosting an award show for like super popular Korean actors and actresses. Like there's no way in hell that I thought that would be something that would happen for my black ass. But here I am, like hosting an award show for the person that got me into K-pop, Park Shin-hye. Like that's crazy, right? But that's all because of YouTube. It's given me a lot of opportunities, and I fumbled a lot of them, right? But you know, this whole thing, this is all this to say, this YouTube journey of mine has been absolutely fucking insane. You know, I have a lot of goals for this year, and I want to use this channel as, you know, one of my main outlets. That's why I want to post on it every single day, including when I do travel, because eventually I would like, I want to see myself, you know, in a few months from now, even a few years from now, where I'm like traveling and still talking about YouTube, still talking about how channels are growing, talking about other businesses that I'm trying to do, maybe talking about the novels I'm doing and other content. You know, it starts off with YouTube, but then it's like, who knows where this is going to lead to. So I don't know how many people are actually going to watch this video, because it might not be as interesting as, hey, how to learn what YouTube shorts are and whatnot. So I just felt like sharing my actual story about, you know, YouTube so far. It makes me think about other people who have like grinded so hard and then try to figure out what was it all for. I'm still searching for that, and I feel like everyone has that. Everyone kind of goes through that. Like I never feel jealous of people who have been making, you know, thousands upon hundreds and millions of dollars through YouTube, with like, you know, the bare minimal knowledge and whatnot. Like I feel like that's kind of like insane to be like jealous of. Maybe there's a part of me that'd be like, oh man, why did I think of that? And that's usually what happens. like, you know, my appreciation more so because I feel like I'm like more obsessed with YouTube, and just learning about new things and creating it as a whole. It's like more appreciation of like, oh man, I didn't think of that, and see how it will try to work out for me. You know, now my days are pretty much all right. Let's see what I do on YouTube. Then I work on my novel. I think about what I'm gonna do with my, like, with card games, what I'm gonna go to tournaments, what I'm building a card game, designing a game itself. And it's pretty much the same thing I would do even if I was quote unquote retired. The only difference would be the amount of money that I would be making. You know, am I able to take care of my friends and family? Yeah. Like, am I able to take care of my health? You know, I want to make sure to ensure those things, right? um and yeah, man, this YouTube journey that we're going to be going on for the rest of the year, uh I just want to continue to hold myself accountable, right? There's a lot of things that I'm still effing up. There's a lot of things I can absolutely be better at. But am I grateful for a lot of the experiences that I've had? Yes, because I don't think without those experiences I would be at the point where I'm at right now. I don't think I would have made this video many years ago. I think I would have just been more depressed about all this other stuff happening in the world. But hey, man, there's no time to be depressed for me at this point. And you know, we're just gonna try to get shit done, right? And try to be consistent at it. Consistency could look like every single day for a lot of people. For me, or it could be like a few times in a week and whatnot. The main thing is we're gonna be go-getters for this year. And that's pretty much the end of this video, folks. If you guys enjoyed, hopefully I'll see you guys on this crazy YouTube journey. I was not thinking this is gonna be the first video of the month, because when I think about it, unfortunately back in 2016, today is my dad's death anniversary. It's also the day that I almost died, because that's when I got diagnosed with diabetes, and my blood sugar on the 31st of January into the 1st was at 700. And so kind of eerie how this video is being made now that I think about it. And this is all raw. So I don't know if that means anything. Maybe my dad's watching from above, proud of me for what we've done so far. But yeah, I have a lot more to accomplish, and I guess there's only one thing to do, is to get back to work. But it is 5:30 in the morning, and I'm gonna go to sleep for like the next 8 hours or so. So I'll catch you guys later on. You already know. Deuces.